Hey guys, changing the oil on the T-Dub today. We're at 5,350 miles. Put about exactly 1,000 miles on the bike in the past year. I change the oil every spring, regardless of miles, because I'm never under the 3,000 mile, or I'm always under the 3,000 mile interval. So I just change it every spring. You know, it's worth the 20 bucks or whatever. And I run the Yamaha synthetic 1040. And I just kind of get whatever brand filter is available at the same website I buy the oil. So I've ran K&N, I've ran the High Flow, I've ran probably some other brand. This is like, I guess this is a fourth oil change on the bike. And this year we're doing the Yamaha brand. And I bought a new drain plug finally. 2 years ago when I went to do my oil change, couldn't get the drain bolt off. So I had to siphon the oil out through the fill. And then last year, I finally got it off, and I did a little grinding on the head of the bolt on the plug. And then I hammered on a socket that was a little bit too small, and then JB welded it on, and that's what's on there now. But this year I finally, and for some reason it was like 2 weeks out. I remember it was like 2 weeks out when I bought my oil and filter, and I don't know if I just wanted to get the oil changed because I was riding the next coming weekend or something like that, but I didn't want to wait for a new plug, and I wanted to change the oil. Luckily this year we're ahead of schedule. This was maybe $8 or $10, and yeah, so we're doing that too. And that's all for now. Stand by. I'm gonna change oil and then discuss something else with you. Well, it always takes more tools than you expected, right? I always forget that the oil filter housing has an Allen and yeah, so whatever. But anyways, so that's all good. Oil is changed. I was gonna show you guys the drain plug. Now, if you want to buy this, hit me up. But yeah, that's JB welded on there. But it came off easy. But yeah, before that was on there, it was not coming off. So that was last spring's. I changed the oil last year. I did this. Anyways, new plugs on, all good. So the reason I'm making this video is to talk about something I kind of didn't cover when it happened, but that oil at one point got up to, well, the engine got up to 510 degrees. So I'm not sure what that means the oil got up to, but I would assume close to that. So what happened is, go back and watch TW200 beach ride attempt. It's titled something like that, just a couple videos ago. At one point I went down, and I've always had these guards on here, but at one point I went down so hard that it twisted this and pinched the brake lever in. It held the brake lever in. Then I started going up a hill, and I looked down, and some period of time went by. I don't know how long I was riding like that for, but at one point I looked down, and I had the Trail Tech hooked up, and it's getting the engine temp from a washer This guy from a washer that's down around the spark plug. So some of you might argue with how accurate that is or not. I think it's fairly accurate, probably. I mean, air cooled and all. Anyways, it said it was 510 degrees. The engine felt like it was locking up. I was freaking out. So I don't remember what aspects of that I got on the video or not. But I pulled over, let it cool down. I think maybe I tried my front brake and it wasn't braking. I forgot how I figured it out, but I figured out that I thought the caliper had seized up. That's what it was. I thought the caliper had seized up. So I think I just disconnected this brake line. So I had no front brake for the ride back. But at that point, it was just like, freak out. Let's just get back to the truck situation. So I disconnected that. So I had no front brake. And I made it back. And by the time I got back is when I realized that this got jarred, pinched this. So what my friend and I then did was, what I should have done way earlier was cut an inch, that last inch off of these. So now, the clutch as well, cut that last inch off. So now, if this does get jarred, there's no possibility of that getting, that touching the levers. So that's probably fairly elementary for some people, but I had to learn the hard way. And also, by the time I got back, the brake fluid was black. And I don't know how long before that I'd looked at it. I'm sure it wasn't black before, but I did go and replace it, and it is .4. So, yeah, but I replaced all the brake fluid and pumped it out and, bled it. And yeah, so, and actually the front brake was totally fine in terms of the amount of pad I have and the rotor itself and everything, because it is obviously, there's a couple drills in there, or a couple holes, so it dissipated the heat fairly well, I'm sure. But anyways, you should do that. Cut your levers even if you got these on, because I slammed hard enough to where this got tweaked. This got tweaked enough, pinched it down. So yeah, that's about it. So yeah, I've been looking forward to getting that oil changed. I mean, it looked fine, but I was nervous just knowing that, it got up that hot. But like I said, I only had about 1,000 miles on that oil. I'll probably do 1,000 miles between now and the next oil change too. So that's just kind of the amount of riding I get done in a year, I guess. Unless I do more, I don't know yet. But yep, looking forward to riding. Last spring we did the spark plug and fuel filter and new chain, so not doing any of that now. By the time this is posted, I'll have done one ride that'll be up, and I got a couple more planned. So yeah, this bike takes 1.1 quarts. So if you saw me, I put in the 1 quart just to see where it was on the sight glass, because I had never looked with just 1 quart before, and it surely did need the 0.1. It's just kind of like, a splash. I just do like a splash 1 or 2 or 3 ounces out of another bottle. So 1.1 quarts total with the filter. Well, I got the bike loaded up to envision how this is going to work. Because this weekend, going back to Eastern Washington, I'm bringing the bike in the trailer like this, along with a yard of topsoil. So just kind of envisioning how much room I'm going to have and space. And after I get the topsoil loaded, everything's going to be buried and blah, blah, blah. So just envisioning how that all is going to work. Bible app of the day, or Bible verse of the day. If you're new, this is your first video on the channel. Starting on my last video, read a Bible verse every video. So 1 John 4:11, beloved, if God so loved us, we also ought to love one another. So there you go, pretty solid one. So yeah, once the topsoil is loaded in here, in the bike, I'll definitely get a picture or a video and throw it in this video somehow, somewhere, somehow. So, yep, I'll look pretty funny going down the road, but projects, you know, projects. All right, well, here we are a couple days later. We're actually at my warehouse. T-dub and a yard of topsoil. And there you go. And I'm bringing the carrier because I'm bringing the bike back home on the carrier and leaving the trailer where we're going. So, yep, doesn't look as bad as I thought it would, with everything covered up. But and I got these bikes, blah 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 blah. Why can't I think of what these are called? D-rings. But yeah, there you go. Thank you guys for watching. Going to film another video this weekend, so stay tuned for more.